Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. It's the July Lioness, and this is Choco Chat for Sunday, July 9th, 2015. I usually do stuff on Saturdays, but my past couple days have been foobarred. You know, as soon as you start doing stuff with other people, they've all got their own ideas about what they want to do, and so this, like, your stuff kind of gets pushed back and you have to do their stuff, and it kind of messes up your stuff or your plans for your stuff. So and even if you go out and you get home at a decent time, you might be kind of tired from doing their stuff all day. Or maybe grumpy. I'm more like grumpy because I like to be at home and I love to do my stuff, and that just delays me. Well, come here. Come here. Somebody's talking to me. I can come over. Are you coming? Guess not. My cat, Sandy, I don't know if you just heard him crying, has discovered this wonderful new place to be. That's up in the eaves of the eaves of the carport, basically. Yeah, you go into this closet that is supposedly where you would put a washer dryer, and like at the back half of the ceiling is like I don't know, maybe sort of a crawl, not really a crawl space, but just a foot wide gap that I guess goes, it's between the ceiling and the roof of that closet and the carport. Yeah, he's discovered that he goes up, jumps up to the high shelf in the closet and just jumps right up in there, and he just disappears for hours, and God knows what's up in there. And if he got hurt, there would be absolutely no way I could get him out without, I don't know, does the fire department do that stuff? I think they'd have to cut open the ceiling and pull him out. That's all I can think of. So I'm not real thrilled when he goes up in there. And this is the second time he's done that. The first time I had no idea where he had gone, and so I just heard him crying for me from some place. It didn't sound like it sounded kind of like it was outside, but it sounded like it was in some weird part of the house. Like if there had been access to my attic. I don't have a staircase or anything. You have to pull a panel off the ceiling and use a ladder to get in the attic. But it sounded like it was coming from that elevation, but there was no way he could get in there that I know of. So I don't know. I wonder if he can get, the carport is connected to the rest of the house. I wonder if he can get all the way up in the attic and everything. So anyway, yeah, he seemed to disappear once I put him, he was in the closet, I got some stuff out of there. I was ready to leave and he was gone. And there's not a lot in the closet, so I mean, if you can't see him, there's nothing much for him to hide behind. So he just sort of seemed to vanish that first time. And then, of course, a couple hours later, he started freaking out and started crying for me. And we were reunited, and then I guess he wasn't in there long enough to satisfy his curiosity, so he jumped back up in there today, and I saw him go in there, and boy was I mad, because it was right before I was going to go to the store. I keep my bike in there, and I only had it open to pull my bike out, so while I have my hands full with my bike, he dashes in up the shelf and up into the ceiling. Oh, So I just went to the store anyway. I left the light on in the closet. I left the door. Actually, I left the door closed, but I left the light on so he could get into the closet area if he wanted to. And he would have been okay in there for a while. So I never spend more than about 45 minutes in the store anyway, because it's just down the corner. Like 2/10 of a mile. And I go by bike. So it's like a 3-minute bike ride or less even. Pretty quick. It's really quick. So I just decided I would let him stay up there while I was at the store, and then maybe when I got home he'd be ready to come back out. Well, he wasn't, so I've just been waiting for him to come out of there so I can lock that room back up. So thank God he's out, and he's just ate something, and he's around here somewhere. Might have gone back into a bedroom or something. But he's a very smart, curious little guy, and he gets bored, and so he likes to go exploring, you know, which is hard on my nerves. Let's see, what's new? I have got another Haza-Gram coming along. I made a video, a process video of it last week. It's been up for a while now. It's on this same channel. I've been watching, I just finished watching the Rockford Files. I really enjoyed that because I was a little young when it came out in the early 70s to really appreciate it. I just finished watching the Rockford Files. Now I'm watching Simon and Simon, which is about actually 10 years younger than Rockford Files, come to think of it. So Rockford Files was 73 first season, and Simon and Simon I think is 83 first season. And it is fun watching Simon and Simon. And the music, oh, it's so dated. All the wah-wah keyboards, they're sort of like spacey sounding, echoey keyboards of the 80s. Ew, I hate that. It's just sort of tacky. But I don't know, it's a good show. Not hard to watch. Jameson Barker, he's a nice looking guy. Blonde hair and blue eyes, and of course, Gerald McRaney is Rick, and that's who Delta Burke married. I think they're still married, so they've been married for a long time now. Delta Burke, of course, was Suzanne Sugarbaker in Designing Women. I watch that show pretty often. It's just fun watching these old shows that maybe I used to love when they were on, or ones that, you know, because we didn't have VCRs and stuff, that if you missed it, you missed it. So maybe there were some episodes that I just never saw because they were preempted or something. Used to be, the fall TV season would start, so it's September through like, I guess May would be the first run, and then you get summer reruns. So if you missed it the first time around, the first showing of it, they would air it again in the summer. But those are the only opportunities you have to see that episode. You only get 2 chances, unless, like, if it's a long running show, you know, years, like over 5 years or something, they might have sort of a retrospective. Or if it was hugely popular and goes into syndication, then you can catch up on episodes that you missed. But, you know, it's not like you couldn't record them for yourself. Nah. So with the Rockford Files, I think that was probably on a little bit too late for me. Like, was it on like 10 o'clock on a Thursday or something? And it's 1973, I was maybe 12, so I think my bedtime was like 9:30. Yeah, so no way I could watch the Rockford Files. And maybe by the time I was old enough to watch a show that ran from 10 to 11, it might have been gone off the air, you know. So it's kind of nice to catch up with shows that I didn't really get a chance to see. Another thing is maybe I wanted to watch a show on another channel, and maybe my favorite show was on at the same time, of course, on a different channel. So then I'd have to choose. Do I want to watch Rockford Files or do I want to watch Love Boat? Well, I'm going to watch Love Boat. I don't know why, but I just always did. I thought Gopher was cute. I don't know. I did though. What was the best? I don't remember. I think it was, how old was I? Probably around 1977. I remember my favorite night was like Friday night TV, because you could no school tomorrow, so you could stay up a little later. And I used to watch, I think it was Love Boat, Fantasy Island, and then Chips. I think that was like my end. So that kept you going for about 2.5 hours, because Love Boat was an hour, right? And Fantasy Island was an hour, and I think Chips was half an hour or an hour? Anyway, yeah, I thought Larry Wilcox was good looking. I liked blonde. Everybody was all over Eric Estrada. No, I liked Larry Wilcox better. All those old shows. Wow. Dynasty. Yeah, I wouldn't miss Dynasty. Never watched Dallas. Couldn't stand Victoria Principal. Sorry, guys. Just couldn't stand her. Because of that, I would not watch it. It was also, I think it conflicted with Dynasty anyway. But I kind of liked Linda Evans, because I remembered watching her on The Big Valley. You remember that old show? Oh boy. Yeah, I'm a couch potato. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Recently, last night, I got a notification from Netflix that there's a new, to us, season of Doctor Who on now. So just now I watched the first episode of season 8 of Doctor Who. I'm pretty sure in England they're on to season 9. I think we're a year behind them. Netflix is a year behind the UK. But boy, I go way back with Doctor Who. I started watching it in the 1980 with finishing up Tom Baker's episodes and going into Peter Davison. So if anybody likes Doctor Who, I'm pretty familiar with it. So let's see, season 7 was Matt Smith's last season as the Doctor. So season 8 is a brand new Doctor. He's regenerated for the, is it 12th time? He's into his 13th body, and the guy that plays him is an older man, about my age. He's kind of graying. Peter Garaldi, I think that's something. Last name close to Garaldi, not Gavaldi. I don't think it was Gavaldi. I think it's something like that. ALDI anyway. And the companion is Clara. She's cute. She's all right. Geez, they just all seem so young. So many people loved Amy. I wasn't enchanted with personality very much. Now, back when I was in college, first watching, everybody loved Sarah Jane Smith, Elizabeth Sladen's character. And Elizabeth Sladen died a couple years ago. I think she had cancer. It was really, really sad, really sad. And she even had a second series after Doctor Who, like a spin-off called K9 and Company. And I've really only seen clips of it. I don't think that it was released in the United States. But she's older in it. I guess she's in her 40s in K9 and Company. Obviously, K9 is in it, the robot dog. But I don't know what else, I don't really know what the show's about. But she died. That's pretty sad. I was watching last night the, what did they call it? Like sort of like the reunion, the Doctor Who reunion special with all of the doctors in it to date. So they had all 12 doctors sort of worked into the plot of this. They would make appearances of one kind or another. Of course, the dead ones were just like photographs, but they were all kind of present. And there's one very kind of touching scene with Tom Baker, who is probably about 80 by now, and his curly dark hair is now curly white hair, and he's a little bit bent when he walks, and it just was kind of bittersweet to see my favorite doctor like 40 years later, still around, but wow, 80 years old. So he must have been about 40 back in the 70s. Still there, still those big blue eyes and the nose and the curly hair, but so aged. Wow. So anyway, I enjoyed that, but I kind of enjoyed it. It was, like I said, bittersweet. I hope he's still doing well. I think the show was about a year old now, so I hope he's still doing all right. Always seemed like such a nice man. Good sense of humor. Tom Baker. Anything else? Not really. It's just the weather's just been really, crazy hot, and I've still got trees that need attention in the backyard. I'm still waiting. It's been about a month now. I hate this. I really hate this. But I can't do much about it. And I'm still playing The Sims. I've been started giving them really ridiculous names like raisin bread, peanut butter, banana bread, shower curtain, and tea cozy. That's one household. Those are their names. I'm just being silly because that's the best way to play The Sims. Just be silly. Don't take it too seriously. It's just a game. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend and a great weekend. Thanks for watching. If anybody's still doing that, thanks a lot. Take care. So long.